Happy Flex Friday, everybody. I hope everyone had a fantastic Thursday. I hope you're all having a great Friday so far today. FLCL, LaFay, Kim, Tom, Zelda, Bishop, Matt, Chaz. How's everybody doing? If I missed you, good morning and happy Friday. I hope you all had a great Thursday. Patch, how's it going? Chemical. 15 months? I swear it only felt like 15 years. Chemical, thank you so much for 15 months. It means a lot. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. So today is Flex Friday. That means we play something new and interesting and different occasionally. And this week it is going to be a game called The Pale Beyond. So that is the plan for today. This is like a survival, story-ish, sailing-ish, frozen tundra-ish, colony management-ish. Yeah. Joanna, I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. So that's the plan for today. Is it like Bed Bath & Beyond? Probably. Although, the Bed Bath & Beyond by me is going out of business, or closing the location. So I gotta go get some clearance knickknacks. Maybe some towels. Zelda, please. This is a family show. So that's the plan for today, is The Pale Beyond. And then on Monday, we're going to get back to Satisfactory. I did let the factory run on Wednesday after stream ended, and many hours later, it finally finished producing all the things we need to complete Phase 2 of the space elevator. So first thing Monday morning, we'll be shooting off the space elevator and entering into Phase 3, which should unlock oil and a lot of other stuff. So a discount MyPillow. Oh god. Is Pale Beyond available to be added to the Nexus store? It is not. Last time I looked, you know what? Xeno, let me check again and see. It is not. Nope. 'Tis not. I don't know. They haven't added any new games in quite a while, so I don't know what Nexus is doing at the moment. So that link may end up dying soon. So Cougar Pop, good morning, happy Friday. So that's the plan. Monday we'll get back to Satisfactory. Today is going to be The Pale Beyond. It should be a lot of fun. We'll mess around with that and see where we get. So that is the plan. My chroma key is very extra chroma-y today. I mean, it always cuts out my arm, but it's maybe the lighting's different. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm tired. If it's not fun, you're blaming me. Title of your so let's play games. Let's play games. I don't know what I'm doing or anything. I went to the gym today. I actually had a really good gym session yesterday. I will say, I didn't push myself too hard. And I feel like I had a really good game. Really good day? Really good gym session. For the first time in quite a while. I felt good about it. Start a new expedition. Branches 1 of 40. Eh? Oh, the air, bees cold. Oh, I have to click on it. There we go. Of flake and white, as a sailor begs their pledge. Also, hi, Perny. To the ice they'll pray, that leads reveal. Out in the ice they'll stake a claim, that in the dark they'll brace themselves. Out in the ice they'll stake a claim, and carve a course ahead. Of homes they'll dream, to the souls around, of glory found. Glory! Of glory found and forged in frost, so that their tale be spread. A hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I'll do what must be done indeed, out in the pale beyond. Is that gonna impact things? Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for a dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return, glory to be had in the event of success. Sure. You've unlocked impossible difficulty. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. I'd rather coffee. Best option I've ever seen in a game. Ever. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. I find it rather calming. Looks like the Ravenclaw common room. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. It stops. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. Take a seat. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all of your teeth? I've enough to get by. My speakers were cranked up, sorry. Him? 11 months? Isn't that like nearly a year? No. It's not. Kim, thank you so much for 11 months. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience? That's a yes. How many people have died under your supervision? None. Meaning you're either perfect for the job, a liar, or you've never been in command. Which is it? If I was a liar, would I be in this room? I see you've already made yourself comfortable. I'm Captain Hunt. Shaw. On your desk, what ship is that? Ah, this. Detailed, isn't she? Incredibly. An old sailor superstition. I hope you weren't waiting too long. I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. The advert said there was glory to be had. It all seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. Let's keep quiet. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Quite the opposite. It's why I'm here. A thirst for adventure, then? He winks. I'd keep that to yourself, around the other sailors. They might drown you in it. I have a few questions first. Were you born a landlubber or a sea dog? Oh, this is all background stuff. I'm sorry. Landborn, I'm from the city. Saltborn, the ocean, same as yourself. Mixed. If I knew, I'd tell you. I've been all over. We kind of seem... The way I've been playing it is kind of like an old Salt. I'm Salt. Born and bred. Military experience? Royal Admiralty? Sailed the merchant lines for 12 years. Only evading them. Only evading them. Ha! Honesty is good. So you've skirted the law before then. Is that a problem? If everyone I hired had a clean record, I wouldn't have a crew at all. Have you ever fired a weapon? Yes. Have you ever killed a man directly or otherwise? Yes. I see. You're not married, are you? That's irrelevant. Exploration is a dangerous profession. You must understand the risk you're putting yourself in. I won't be missed. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving any family in the first place. Irrelevant. That's a sweatshirt that I just ordered for Tuglet. It has a big pink elephant on it, and it says, "Your opinion is irrelevant." Yours is counting on that, whatever the circumstances. Let him continue. Oh good, you're mentally that age. Yeah. We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? Yes. The captain eyes you. Is that what this is really about? Aye. Then you know. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. And did they? Did they what? Did they find it? I've no idea. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. And we're chasing the ship? Exactly. It's a bit late for a rescue operation then. They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. Let him continue. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now? Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Where are they now? Dead. But their testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and, well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. And who's financing this? The usual. Film and lecture rights have been sold, of course. We're in the process of signing off a final benefactor for the expedition. They've even donated a ship. We'll be traveling aboard the Temperance. She's a beauty. Greenwood. Generational. Not many like it left these days. The Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. Poetic. Indeed, I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? When can I start? Ha! Not many are as eager as you. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. You're not what I expected. And what did you expect? We're more than our mistakes, Robin. Let people surprise you. I'll see you on the Temperance. I have a good feeling about you, Shaw. That makes one of us. Heh. The captain makes his way out the door and you follow. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. That one show, The Terror? I don't know. I never saw that one, Lefay. Before you lies a ship. The letters on its side read Temperance. Approach the Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. It was also a very good book, was it? He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's quick to inspect you for ink. Another sailor for the fold. Mid-deck with the others. Offer a handshake. You reach out your hands for a handshake. His hands remain behind him. Please let me know who you are so I can place you in the correct deck. Robin Shaw. Oh, of course. I would make you the captain's first mate, correct? Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. I'm also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. I'm fairly certain we're all disposable, my good man. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to the Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be in the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. I likely have more in common with the crew than I do with yourself, Mr. Templeton. I doubt there will be much issue. You speak like you're in charge. I speak from a source of knowledge. Do not mistake it for a source of arrogance, Officer Shaw. Board when you're ready. And when you find yourself needing a scientist, we can try this again. The Terror went to the North Pole? Semantic drift. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Can I go to the city? Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, barring some modern additions. Got a smokestack. Let's sail. Week 1 on the Temperance. Ooh, that's pretty. It's been a month. First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on, and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere, before they turn colder. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. The crew, however, are a different story. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice. To pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. I've sailed with worse, and I'm sure there are those who might have considered myself in that same light. I've never been on a ship like this before. It's an abomination. One of the finest ships of its day, cauterized and mangled with iron and roaring machinery. Historic carvings line the wood, now desecrated with veins of oil and pipe. An abomination for the coming weeks, my home. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I need to know if I can trust Captain Hunt. I can't shake the feeling that he's not telling the whole truth. Enigmatic indeed. I mustn't let my guard down. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. I'll head there now. He leaves. Join Hunt at the helm, the captain's cabin. The forecastle. It appears to be locked. It is shut. The captain is busy at the helm. The crow's nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join in the next port. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin. Lovely day for it, isn't it? Don't you have a helmsman to do that for you? Of course I do, but it's good to keep the old skills sharp. Never know when you're going to have to get your hands dirty. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Here, why don't you have a try? You should take advantage of calm waters for once. I imagine you didn't see many in your past line of work. Take the wheel. You grip the wheel of the ship. Feel the weight of the waves in your arms. The memory in your muscles rears themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy. There, you have it. The captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. Now, try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it? Is it? Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the setting menu. Okay. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Let me go into settings. Zooming speed needs to be much higher. There we go. Captain's cabin. Blackris, how's it going? A painting. A classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with a kraken. An ode to an old folk story of the great Captain Seamus's dance with the Salt Kings. A pristine furnished tub secured to the floor, a luxury to be had on the ice. On the desk you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Just got home from a 5-day work trip, 100+ hours dismembered from your PC. Oh, jeez. Long weekend camped out with it then? You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Now let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed to this expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't busy already. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You're only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and are not otherwise deployed to another post. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at the next port. A lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. The expedition will end tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. So we're at 100 decorum, okay. Hot mocha and chilled water, nice. We've enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, crew will become malnourished. Unless cured, the malnourished status will develop into scurvy, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of a week. And more than enough fuel to see us there and back again. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week. If you cannot afford that minimum fuel, crew will become freezing. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. I'm going to go with probably frostbite, Tom. A little bit of frostbite, a little bit of scurvy, you know? The sledding dogs, well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Sending hunts out further requires a greater amount of dogs. They will rest and become available between the weeks. Now, on to work. Corvid. A sailor enters. We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. The captain studies them further. Haven't we been on the ship for like a month and they just found the stowaway? You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate? I didn't, sir. Ha! How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true, I can pull my weight, sir. Do you know your jibbon from your bowsprit? I do, I learned it all from my da. Your da? He's a ward's son, followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Smurf. Well, Shaw? Hunt eyes you up. You're first mate, what should we do with him? Keep him aboard, he's not staying on board. It's your decision to make, not mine. He's not staying on board. We don't need another mouth to feed. Aye. Ditch him when we make next port. We don't need more mouths to feed. Drop him off at our next stop. Leave him with enough money to catch a boat back to the city. We could throw him overboard. Ditch him when we make next port. We don't need more mouths to feed. It's settled then. We'll drop the boy off at our next stop. Please, sir, I can help aboard the ship. It's too dangerous for someone your age on here. You're lucky we don't just tip you into the ocean. The two sailors dragged the stowaway boy back below deck, taking him to see his father in the crew cabins. This is new. It came out last week, Lacris. And what of the father? Should we drop him off with the boy? No, he signed the contract. He stays. Indeed he did, though I'd wager word has already traveled to the man. If he says anything to you, tell him it was my idea. Well, that matter's sorted. I'm sure this is going to go well. Hello, Cordell. Have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, huh? Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell is here to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds, and our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island, but you neglected to inform me you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. You seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel. It's another to drag them onto the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest, and never before has a seller made such strong demands. I'm sorry, Lady Cordell? A moniker given to me by the locals of the city. on account of her vernacular. I find it odd that you seem to have researched me as much as you have my kennel. I'd like to know who I'm negotiating with. Regardless, Shaw, she demands we allow her come along on the expedition as a member of the crew. None on this ship have the experience and familiarity with the dogs that I possess. If you're taking them on such a brutal location, they will need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. The humans on board too, of course. You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is a risk, but my hands may be tied. Your thoughts? I don't see any harm at having an expert on the sled dogs. A good point, Shaw. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them, and I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I'll have a room prepared for you below deck. Max crew increased to 24. Hopefully that won't be... I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw. Plus 14 available dogs. Nice. Now that that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another. Dogs? Dogs? Who are the Stoke brothers? You haven't met all the crew yet? The Stokes have been serving me for years. They'll be down in the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Okay. Leave. Join a figure balancing on the mast. Sure. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balance on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. Wait for her to finish. Snapping a shot, she clambers down, only noticing you on her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of the ship, Kasha Belford. You seem to already know my name. How so? I do my research. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there? Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford won the Fentler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. Her proof is all we have. Unless we devise a way to bring the Viscount back with us, her proof is all we'll have. The cold game. Picture that as a header. Let her continue. For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name, and nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. I'm not the creative type. I'm sure you'd know better. Kasha tilts her head and grits her teeth, holding an inner debate with herself. Maybe not. How about Hunt's Incredible Voyage? Too fantastical? I suppose I'll find the right name when the time comes. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Apologies, I'm just a little excited. I've never been on a voyage like this. Well, I suppose you've had your fill of thrills up until now. At least this thrill is within the law. I'm not adverse to thrills. Well, I hope we have some coming this way. I'm hoping to capture something right out of Kurt Darling's old escapades. That reminds me. Kraken, how's it going? He'll be joining us at the next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride, before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw. The captain sent me to grab a copy of the manifest. Oh, yes, I'm putting together a manifest of the crew for you. He hands you the annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. So these are people I haven't discovered yet. Scouts, engineers, scientists, specialists. Oh, that's me. Ice Savvy and Muttwash? What is Muttwash? How do I get this to go away? Go away. There we go. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. I don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do. I'll not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers, anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. You leave her to her work. Who's this? Two Johns. You spot a large man with a youthful gait carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Oh, you're Officer Shaw. Gives you a bright, warming smile. Two Johns. That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later. Two Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Maybe later. Work awaits. Hello, Two Johns? Oh, his name is John. There we go. Descend to below deck. Oh. Mid deck. We got people. An accordionist. One of the crew, a red-headed man with a thick beard, sits proud, playing an ivory accordion. He spots you and ceases his playing. Need something? Who are you? The man grunts. Grimly. I'm the ship's carpenter. I was just looking for the Stoke brothers. Emergency? As long as they aren't loafing around like you, it'll be fine. Don't loaf. I earned this break. You're speaking to one of them. Grimly Stoke. We'll head up after dinner. You can go now. The man gestures to the cook across the room before resuming his playing. Huh. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Over dinner, you overhear the stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. You'll be dropped off at the next port, then. Can you talk to the captain into letting me stay, right? Can't talk Hunt into anything when his mind's made up. Besides, he's right. But I can help. You're lucky he didn't throw you overboard. When we make land, I'm making sure you catch a trip back home. I'll be back after this. Not soon enough. Doug Ward. The one-armed man. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the middeck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. Can't be hard to miss. It will turn up eventually. I would hope so. My wife and I bought a bottle to celebrate with. To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see sunsets such as this again. Mags, how's it going? National Day of Unplugging, which none of us are doing. Shh, unplugging is for suckers. Eric, thank you so much for 57 months. That's a long time. Beginning to think you have a few of these stacked up. Every time you join in, it prompts you. Maybe you should join in more than once a month. Sorry. Yeah. So, like, we have to use Wi-Fi, right? Bring back the sound command, you coward. It muted all my VODs. I can't. Apparently, Epic Sax Guy is getting very aggressive about DMCAing people. So. I have something I could unplug, but I don't have their consent yet. Hi, Dawn. Darkjokes.com. A daily moment of silence is worth it. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. I noticed you weren't at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin, and I make use of it. Keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There is great expectation upon us, officer. From who? Who is this benefactor of ours? Are you feeling the pressure, Mr. Templeton? I cannot afford to. We all have to keep our focus. Yeah, it's probably going to be a short stream. My voice is not going to last through 4 hours. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection on the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight. But I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested. Use E to advance to the next week. E. Food rations per crew member this week. Normal. Fuel rations, normal. I can adjust these? Oh.
A kind gesture.
He said evening, you slept for a week. You know how a sprinkler goes? The sprinkler goes... Thank you for the biddies, Zelda. 48 per week? Holy crap. I guess we... I woke up your cat. You're welcome. You're welcome. You were cleaning up old files and you found that saved. Okay. Bob, what's going on? Confirm rations. Sure. We're stopping at another port, so... Runt leaves the expedition at Orca Island. The ship makes its last port at Orca Island. Cordell's sledding dogs are picked up. The scouting crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. The days are getting brighter as you move further south. I thought we were going to get food and stuff. That's why I didn't ration things. Called sprinklerrussell.txt. Okay.
Here goes.
Why? How do I fix that? Mags Moist Shrub Nuts. Thank you for the biddies. Zelda, thank you for the biddies. Hang on. I want to change. Change that. That. Okay. I thought I had changed all that, but I didn't. Called the Higgins Shrub Nut Combo. Of course that's an account. You accidentally had caffeine with your stimulants today? Oh boy. Bob, thank you for gifting a sub to... Appreciate it. Oh boy is correct. Zelda is currently Lisa Simpson on caffeine pills. Pet pills? What pet pills? Wait. The door creeps open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are! The ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Mags, thank you for gifting a sub to Higgins. You chase your Zoloft with Mountain Dew every day. Why is Higgins, I guess, not surprising. Why would you give Higgins things? Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I have no time for celebrities. He'll need to pull his admittedly impressive weight, the same as the next man. Thank you for gifting the sub to Robin Masters. I love that that's an account, by the way. And well played, sir. Well played. Have you watched the new version of the show? I see commercials for it, and I have no interest. But it's a deep cut. I refuse. Same. Same. The man doesn't even have a mustache. Outrageous. Outrageous. Nerdin, how's it going? You cannot improve upon perfection. No, you can't. You absolutely cannot. I'm just going to refill my coffee real fast. Be 2 seconds. Oh. Okay. No, I'm simply busy. Of course. The role of first mate must surely take up a great deal of your time. Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. Trying to find your motivation for work, because it's mostly busy work? Only 4,734 bits until you can get rid of the red mug bit emote. Can we recommend watching the original Magnum PI? It's not often they work with a film star, is it? I've been keeping myself busy, took a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew are quite eager to meet me. Oh, that's right. You're something of a celebrity, aren't you? Oh, we hype training. We are. Oh, we hype training. I take it to mean you haven't heard of me before? Oh, I don't like this guy. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. This reminds me of, what's his name? From, Harry Potter. My daughter's rereading Order of the Phoenix right now. What's his name? The guy who can do the mind tricks. Lockhart. Yes, Gilroy Lockhart. Thank you, Oren. Welcome in, by the way. Ma'am? 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 Big stretchies. Oh, big stretchies. Oh, look at those big stretchies. Come here. Come here. Do you want to say hi? Jenna, how's it going? Hercules, good to see you. You're just looking at the character? Big stretchies. Big stretchies. Big stretchies, big borkies. Big stretchies, big borkies. Oh, it's such a hard life. Tired? So tired? I know. Look at you. Oh. Meg. So much for gifting 5 subs to the community. Trantic, Mr. Memphi, Jester, Nothing, Cody, welcome in, enjoy your emotes. Wenrir, what's going on? That's a big dog. I'm just progressively shrinking with age. It's fair. This is my dire Pomeranian. I said what I said. Said what I said. Mwah. Now, I will give you kisses if I want. I will give you kisses if I want. We're creeping up on our sub goal, by the way. That'll be a wife boat stream or co-stream, depending whether or not she wants to yell at me. Hi. Perfect dog for someone who seems to wear a lot of dark shirts. Are you implying that all I own is black shirts? Is that what you're implying? I'll have you know. I'm counting all the shirts that I own that are not black. I have so few of them that I can actually count them. I have 6 shirts that are not black. Oh, maybe 5. Hi. 6 out of 200. 200's a little high. Not as high as you... I should count them one day. Hey. Aren't 2 of them to Aloha shirts? Second black shirts. I do have 2. No, I have one to Aloha shirt that's not black. I have 3 to Aloha shirts that are black. You're just... This is just where you're sitting now? Is this just where you're sitting now? Yeah, the blue one is that, and then I definitely have 3 that are just black. Can I get back to what I'm supposed to be doing? Don't huff at me, madam. Madam Wazelle. Ma'am. 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 Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Oh, can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Oh, that was a fake kiss. No. 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 Stop it. Alright. We're going down. Down, 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 down. I have a maroon one. That's a Tug shirt. Yeah. That's a Be Good to Each Other shirt. Why do you know my wardrobe, Paint? Don't look at me like that. No. 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 I don't know, but I hate it. Got fur stuck in my scruff. Alright. Anywho. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You're being very cute and very good. Alright, tell you what. I need to get some... I've already gone through most of my water. There's going to be a lot of reading in this game, so I need to stay extra hydrated. So we're going to take a really quick break. So now's a great time to grab a drink, grab a snack, get up and move around if you can. Don't forget to take your meds. I'll be right back in 2 or 3 minutes. Just going to get some water and get the ma'am a treat. I'll be right back. Coming out of the cutscene.
I'd rather die.
It's uncanny. Wait, ready? Where did I put my wheelbarrow? It went that way. Okay, I'm good. I'm back. I'm good. I'm good. I can focus. I can... Is that you?
Look at the baby.
Where she hears the whining. No, you cannot go on my shoulder. You are not a parent. Ma'am. 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 Why? Why? I don't know why she does this, but this is what she likes to do. She likes to be a parrot. Oh no. Woo! Oh, it's perfection. It's perfection. How? Perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. I am the master of the moonwalk bug. At all. You eating a self-made pizza? Nice. I'm doing well today, Mike. Mark.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I just got hit by a train.
Did we both just get hit by a train?
Did you get hit as well?
Yes.
You did. we got hit by the train.
Wait.
It lost $700.
I lost $1,800, Mikey.
I lost $700.
What?
Can someone clip that, please? Because I need to see how that happened.
How did we both just get hit by a train? You know what, Mikey? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't run after me. Don't run after me. Why are you running after me? Stop running after me. Stop running after me. Stop. 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 Thank you. All right. And back. Sorry, Patch. I just saw your message. I got you. I got you, boo-boo. Okay. Anything made or eaten anything yummy recently? We had, Wife Boat's gonna be away for St. Patty's, so we had corned beef last night. One of my favorite things. I don't know why every time we make corned beef, we go, why don't we make corned beef more? So we had corned beef and rye bread and mashed taters. I have fur in my mouth. Eliza Bont, how's it going? That's how you feel about turkey? Oh, that is not. You have corned beef a few times a year. What exactly is corned beef? It's beef in a brine that you boil. you boil it in a brine, basically. For a couple hours. It is the exact opposite of horrible, though. It's fantastic. All fine Irish cuisine is boiled to hell. Yeah. It's so good, though. Giant pot with potatoes, cabbage, carrots. There aren't many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. Until her mom made you some? Yeah. I mean, good. Like, corned beef is just delicious. Oh. Shouting this to be Dange, we should crock pot corned beef. Corned beef with taters on, like, a good, like, seedy rye bread with some mustard. Just immediately okay. Going away to the same place Mrs. Bop is. Saw on the calendar she has a girls' weekend that weekend. It is a girls' weekend. Maybe they're meeting up. What is happening? Used to slice prepackaged deli meat corned beef for a restaurant. It was always slimy and gross. No. You gotta make it. Is there a concert involved? No. One of her girlfriends is house sitting for somebody. So they're all going and house sitting together and getting away for a weekend. Well, long weekend. Yeah, no, you can't get corned beef from the deli. No, you need to make it. Is the beef like cuts or minced? It's a whole like slab of beef, and then you cut it up after it's cooked. It's literally a brisket, but brined in a special way that makes it pink. Yes. It's delicious. More than one fellow on his crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it? Is there any point to any of this grandstanding? You're gonna get another storm, so we need provisions. Oh boy. Lab of meat, water, salt, spices. There's some spices. And you can throw potatoes and all kinds of stuff in the pot with it if you want. Corned beef is good to have for a storm, yeah. Oh, apologies. I suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Talking about me. I'd hoping you would join me on deck. I'm busy, Kurt, and you should be too. Truth be told, there's some navigation specifics I think we should revisit. We've finally entered the pack, and I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. I'll be right behind you, Kurt. A little mustard seasoning packet, yeah. Before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. Oh, okay. That's just the recap of what happened last week. All right. There are, like, survival and colony management elements to the game once we get into it. It does... This part of the game very much reminds me so far of Banner Saga. Oof. Mags, I did that before. And I think I streamed that day. It was a terrible decision. At least you can have black coffee. That's like my one saving grace. Is you can have black coffee before fasted blood work. Otherwise, I would have died. I would have actually ceased to be. What about actual corns? No. At the stern, you notice an old sailor at the helm. The old man takes a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning! And good morning to you! He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Did you miss a memo? Accidentally had a piece of Danish? Oh, how dare you. Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, could be obvious. Don't worry about the bad sight. This is all feel. Just keeping her steady. Surprised Hunt picked you from outside for his first mate. I'm surprised as well. He seems the insular type. I assure you I'm more than qualified for the role. Would you prefer the role? You seem to have the experience. He is. You must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Heard some rumors about you, about what you were up to before. Honestly, that might be a boon in Hunt's eyes. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. You should take these moments when you can. As you get older, I suppose you learn the value of quiet moments, eh? What are you doing here, Kurt? No one wanted to talk to you. Also, you're already old and gray. Harold Turner. You just following me around? You join Kurt at the bow of the ship. You both feel the temperance break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. Hi, Matt. He is very similar, personality-wise, Matt, to Gilroy Lockhart from Harry Potter. So if that tempers your enthusiasm at all. The footing beneath rises up as the ship mounts an impending ice flow. There's a moment of hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. Just ice, Kurt. Don't get too excited. There's going to be plenty more where it came from. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. Then you're in the right place. So what is this about? We're about a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course, it's going to get thicker. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. That's not my decision. Yes, but you have the captain's ear. He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Have you ever experienced the long night winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. There's a chain of command, and this isn't one of your adventure serials, Kurt. Will, how's it going? Certainly not. If I was satisfied with those, I wouldn't have left retirement. We're only as good as the unhappiest man, Robin. That's First Mate Shaw. Humors you a salute. Yes, officer. I trust the captain's judgment, and you should too. Got your new phone? Nice. I'm doing alright, Will. So mean to Kurt. Listen, Jenna. Kurt forces a nod and turns back to look across the ice. We're all gonna die. Take requests? Ah, Shaw. Oh, this is the... Ready for another day of work? Hopefully it's lighter than usual. Oh, that's not bad, Will. Ha! I wish. I was hoping you'd help me work through a few more requests from the crew. You may have noticed a line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Hammond looks friendly. Let's talk to the photographer first. Captain Shaw, a thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now, that we've already entered the ice. Out with it. I thought it would be good to have individual photos of the crew, of the full crew. For your report? Not only my report, it would be a good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew has served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to names. Your thoughts, Shaw? Seems like a good idea. If nothing else, it would make for a good souvenir. Waste of time. We should be bracing ourselves for the ice, not posing for pictures. It's a bit late, but it's now or never. May as well get it over with. Good point. But maybe you could sound a little more enthused. Well, Belford, I see no problem here. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. You're still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. Let's talk to Corvid. Captain, word's gotten round that the stowaway room moved last week. It has? Aye. And their thoughts? They aren't one bit happy. Least of all his Da. Says it wasn't right to send the boy away. Up in arms, are they? No, they understand. Spares more food for the rest of us. Still, not a wise move to upset my crew, is it? Shaw, perhaps we should consider the crew's feelings next time? Hammond? A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. Are ye acting daft, Hunt? Not with intention. Not surprised you didn't notice. This is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. Listen. An opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down to the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on a matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1? 3? More. Open the crew manifest and choose how many sailors you wish to assign. Sailors. Smurf is deployed. Joe. Corvid. 2 Johns. Let's give him 2 John. Assign. Oh, there we go. 1 to 4. We'll give him 2 Johns and Joe. And that's all. You can take 2 Johns and Joe. You'll have to do with 2, I'm afraid. The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. But you can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. He leaves. Good spirit, that one, beneath the oil and temper. Won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself in the boiler room. Good to have that all settled, then. Have you spoken to our navigator? Kurt had a few words to share with me about changing course. He may have been an expert in his time, but these days Kurt is one with more money than sense. Still, perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Meet him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that and you'll be done for the day. The rigging. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing up the ropes with ease. The figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. No problems. She looks to you. And you are? Officer Shaw. Yourself? Glick. I'm one of Kurt's crew. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Glick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. Soren Killiper. Send me up there. I'll get you a reading. The scientist eyes the man's cane. He turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. The navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course, ahem. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Okay. As they ascend to the nest and take a reading with the sextant. All clear from up top. Oh. The last known location of the Viscount, your destination. The last port you made where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team. We do need to divert course, huh? Okay. Seasick. You spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship, his head slumped, and he looks into the icy pool below. It appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. You make your way to the man, reach out your arm, and pat the sickly fellow on the back. As soon as your hand reaches him, he jolts upright in shock. A bespectacled young man shaking with unease. He stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered upon his face. Sorry. I haven't seen you around. Who are you? I'm very sorry. Arthur turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Arthur Nutley. You overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quisley. Have you any trouble setting in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. Proper navigator never rests until their work is done. Of course, of course. Take it you had no issue settling in? Not at all. The crew are a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Ha! You think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Ha! Perhaps. 2 more available crew. We have 28 people? A hooded sailor. You spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerge from the pantry, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Not what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Fleck, but you can call me Gnomes. I'm not thieving anything. I hadn't considered that, but now... You think I protest too much, then? No worries. I was just setting up a practical joke. Ah, well. Best of luck with that. Thank you. It's not at your expense, if that's your concern. I have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With their mysterious trap set, Gnomes scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. Skylar Pleck, a.k.a. Gnomes. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over your officer's uniform. The hells was that, Gnomes? You wipe the flour off you before continuing. You lift a crate of tins from your shelves. I brought this upon myself. I really, really did. The pumps. Ah, you must be Shaw. Seems you met my brother already. You're in Stoke, but nobody calls me that. On this ship, I'm known as Junior. You seem more personable than your brother. Aye, you definitely met Grimly. He's not the bad sort, my brother. Just to the point. He decides if he likes you right quick. Ah, just one step ahead of me. If you'll add those tins to the hoosh, we're gonna be good for dinner. Crew need fed for the week. Oh, okay. Feed the hoosh. The hoosh hath been fed. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. Ha! Shall we toast the ice? The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It will see us through the long days and darkest nights. The crew return to their posts, the hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner table. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs leans on the shoulder of another. Ah, good times, good times. I need to learn how to handle your drink, Tucker. Ah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me, hey, Cabity? They can also drop you. Have 2 Johns carry you next time. Are you asleep? Rafe Jume and Tolson Higgs. What's this? You knock on the door. No response. Oh, that's my cabin. Okay. My cabin is midships. You overhear 2 engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking to another. I don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. You ever see Mr. Hammond eat? I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, it's figurative. Right. Ricky Flogs and Gareth Foster. Oh, hello. Look at all the puppies. The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowls in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. You nearly burn your mouth on the hot broth. Surprisingly tasty. You seem to enjoy it. I'm afraid there's only so much. If you want more, it'll be among the dog's leftovers. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins, fastest way to hydrate them. Was there something you needed? Why are you here? Oh, right to it then. I'm here for them. They belong to me more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. It cools them through their paws as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. You've been on the ice for a long time. A long time, yes. Who's that beside you? This is Stanberry. Stanberry! As you were, Stanberry. You ruffle his head. It tries to lick the broth from your fingers. Stanberry. We stand Stanberry. The captain has turned in for the evening. Alright, we can eat to the next day. Or next week, rather. What happens if we reduce rations? Okay, we lose morale. We lose a lot of morale. We have morale to spare. Let's go half rations. Mutiny! Minus 20 decorum. Wow, okay, monster. I mean, if they want to live. Let's go down here. And in the pantry. Nothing in there. We are in the midst of the ice pack. Ma'am! Ma'am. Ma'am? Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Let's get started. The whole room shudders. Reduces rations for the week. Found hanging out in the pantry. Don't worry about it. That doesn't bode well. What in the... Well, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. We could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures. As if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Shaw, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into a wall. We didn't hit anything, did we? Have you seen Hunt? Not since this morning. He was going to speak with Grimley about the lifeboats, last I heard. We ignored him, Chaz. Ship's stuck then. If you're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. How? We didn't cross paths. Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. The coal bunker. Fake coal. If I'd made any errors, I'd tell you. It's secured, don't you worry. They notice you. Am I interrupting something? Not any more than he's interrupting my work. I am ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told you if it was, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, this seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe your benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It'll hold, trust me. Scotch, happy Friday. Thank you so much for 14 months. Well, I will have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on this ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate's here, but where's the one that got us into this mess? I was hoping that Templeton knew. I was informed by one of the Stokes that I had just missed him. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. The man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself, too busy keeping us alive. I believe you and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. But you should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we fed the furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw, or are you afraid to dirty your hands like Mr. Templeton over here? It needs fuel for the week. Oh. Thank you for the Lurk Scotch. Ask the engineers to raise the heat. It cures the crew of freezing. Oh, okay. Alright, that's fed. You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner despite the ice. Some seem nervous, others as if nothing has changed at all. The hoosh pot. Where is the captain? The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. You didn't see him either? He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery. What are you thinking? Hunt? No sign of Hunt, I take it? Mr. Templeton passed by, but He wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Captain's gone? Got your Bork hoodie? Ooh, nice, Kim. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Keep it up, lads. We'll set ourselves right in no time. Ah, Shaw. I just saw Templeton entering the captain's cabin. Seems Hunt hauled himself up inside. Maybe if you had a word with our good captain, he'd be willing to lend a hand. He's not here. Oh. He's in the tub. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? Check under the desk. I highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, Shaw. Ha! The captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. The captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. You are a surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship. Ha! I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. I believe you two are already acquainted. How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you'd care to join. Hunt shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. And what of you, Shaw? Can I tempt you with some sweet nectar? I'm afraid I don't drink. And you don't care to humor me this once? Ah, well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this. This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? And what do you expect me to do? Get shovels out? What do you mean this isn't your ship? Bought at an auction. Not by myself. Imagine that. Captain of a private vessel and I don't even own it. Pathetic. Mr. Hunt. Captain. If you are not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. And abandon my duty? No captain would do that. It was a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well, not you, Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Sobriety for a start. Sips his drink. I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? We don't have time for. In a word, then, what makes a good leader? Control. Control? Explain. Control over your surroundings, your crew, to place them on the correct course. Zunder, you retired for the night last night and just now woke up? Ooh, very nice. Big talk, but do you really think that's possible? People aren't pieces on a chessboard. They think, they feel. They can move in any direction they please, and all a captain has in common with the king is that you're both targets. Speaking in platitudes will do you no good. A leader is something more than a single rule you were told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You have wasted enough time pining philosophical. Oh, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Shaw, look at where we are. Do you honestly think we're going to survive this? I have no doubt we will. Yay, how's it going? Well, I suppose someone has to carry on with faith then. Shaw, nobody knows we're out here. That doesn't leave this room. No, wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. We all want to be paid for this, don't we? Enough! If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you should not have agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our doctor? Ha! And then there's me. What of you? The captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. Let him speak, Templeton. I want to know more. It's all right, Robin. Go on now, Shaw. I'll be all right here. The captain appears to have fallen asleep. Okay. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It would appear the pressures of command have greatly affected him. You should find some rest yourself. The crew have their commands. Clear your head and we will continue in the morn. This is starting well. This is going fantastically. Eee! We lost 13 crew? You awake to a room awash with green. There's a loud banging on your door and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Shaw, are you in there? Hammond, what's going on? Why is everything green? Never mind the green. The boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need manned and we need to stop the whole system from overheating. And I don't need to tell you if the furnace goes, we go. Lead the way. We don't have a moment to spare. Right. Let's move. We need to find the captain. Now. No, we should just handle it. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if I can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? That aurora. It's a shot I can't miss. He steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. Oh, this looks good. The lights of the aurora flicker over the pale ice. We are... Oh, hey, look, the captain's not here. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Alright, Shaw. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Good to hear. Don't get a big head about it. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room now. We've already wasted enough time looking for Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond? Aye. We need to be quick. I don't have time to worry about some stupid sailors' feelings. We've got a ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Hammond is right. Fine. I will keep the crew at bay then. Don't worry about him. Let's go. Go. As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. We lost 15 decorum. Soon the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I'll lend a hand. Not when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to... Go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You descend the ladder. Ahead, you see the brothers trying to open the door to the hold. Trying to get in? Same. Door's stuck. Pull harder! We need to get in there. Can you help us? The metal door unsticks. Grimley looks at you before darting off into the dark. Where's that idiot running off to? To sound the alarm. Let's get moving. You enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of their valve as the steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer or we won't be making it off the ship. Shaw! The rest of the crew aren't here. Grab a valve and start turning. You grab a valve and begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! You feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. Minus 10 fuel, minus 10 fuel, minus 10... Oh, man. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. You keep turning, doing your best to keep the pressure at bay. We could be at this for hours. Where's the rest of the crew? Brought help. And that's all the fuel. Get me coal and turn those valves! Tucker. Lefty. Gnomes. Let's go. They get to work. Go. Sailors. 2 Johns on that valve. Tashi on that valve. With enough hands working the boiler, you begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's gonna have to hold the furnace in place. Cavity. I don't want to put the one-arm man holding the furnace in place. The room shakes. Water hammer! Oh. When a sailor gains a severe status effect such as wounded, scurvy, or frostbite, that sailor will become an invalid and unable to work. The ship is saved. You won't be sinking today. As the crew give assistance to the wounded June, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, all you can hear are a pair of panicked voices. Where's the captain? He's gone. We don't have enough food for full rations. We lost the decorum we just gained, but... Oh boy. This is one of those games that... nothing ever goes right. You're mad at the current No Man's Sky expedition. The last step of Phase 3 is borked and you're stuck on the planet. Phase 3 is terrible. Terrible. You're alone in the captain's cabin. Out across the deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word is spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips through the door. Shaw? Still no sign of Hunt? I'm afraid not. Hunt is still missing. Rufus, Hunt is missing. And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. Wait, what? As is a sizable food and fuel supply. And one of the larger lifeboats. He planned this. He said... Someone said early on that he was going to inspect the lifeboats. Shaw, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. Yes, but why would he abandon us? That is a question I cannot answer. I doubt we'll ever know at this stage. The former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? That would be Captain Shaw now, I take it. Not quite yet. A new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. How do I argue for that role? Your presence in the face of Hunt's absence is an argument in itself. They will hold a vote as soon as possible. That carpenter, Grimley, he's still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. Though I can assure you, you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are like to support you as well. I'm unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. Joom is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working in our favor. And the civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you will just about make the vote. You've clearly given this a lot of thought. Of course, it is vital to remain aware of the crew's intention. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times are dire, remember, there is a rescue ship on its way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have a potential escape. 35 weeks. The ship will arrive at Viscount Island 35 weeks from now. We should focus on surviving that long. That is all we need to do, Captain. Eddie, how's it going? We can hold out for that long. That's the completion of the prologue, so now we're getting into the actual meat and bones of the game. Indeed, that is all we need. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here, you should have this. A fancy-looking hat. He left it behind in his cabin. That tells us what we need, doesn't it? Take the hat. One captain's hat. I choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. I think it's best we declare that the captain is missing. The captain and the missing crew are dead. There's no need for us to complicate things any further. After what he did, they might as well be. We understand each other then. Wonderful. The crew are waiting for you on deck. The last place you saw Captain Hunt, there's still drops of whiskey, frozen. Hunt's ledger is gone. Cool. Cool. The hushed voices become more distinct as you make your way back into the open air. You notice the absence of Joom. The crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! It should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role, the clear choice as first mate. And what of Hunt? I do not see him among us. Do you? I don't see a body either. He's still out there. We don't know what happened. Something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw. Vote for the next captain. That's surprising. That's a problem. The engineers should like me, right? Yes! That was close. That was closer than it needed to be. You've been confirmed as captain of the expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw shall be acting captain from this point forward. Not exactly a wide margin. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead, the crowd looks to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words, curious murmurings scattering between the crew. wait for them to quiet down. Where's Captain Hunt? Captain Hunt abandoned us. -5. Oh, that's bad. You notice Templeton's eyes widen. Whispers begin to roll through the crowd. To what end? He appears to have left this expedition along with 3 missing crew and one of our lifeboats. Let's just be honest. Silence hangs in the air. As long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. The crowd begin to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one, with a question thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? Our immediate priority is to find additional food. Ask for reports. I know this isn't what we signed up for. Stick with me and we'll see it through. What of those lost, Captain? A memorial service will be held once the ship is freed from the ice. Understood. Well, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. I thought we had an understanding. He departs. That could be bad. That could be a bad thing. Probably. Shaw! Or should I say Captain Shaw. That Hunt. He didn't seem the type to just leave his crew behind. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. We'll see. Jay, how's it going? It's no good to be cynical, Captain. What does it mean cynical? Keep your chin up and they'll raise their heads in turn. This isn't going well. I suppose congratulations are in order. I would hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw. Did you see Hunt last night? If I had, I would have said as much. Though were I to wager, I'm certain that someone aboard the ship has. It's unlikely the 4 were able to leave a landlocked ship without being spotted. Look at the puppy! Look at the puppy! Look at the puppy! I'm done. It made me feel better. The Red Room? What is this? A secret bar? Captain now, are ye? As long as you aren't in my way any more than Hunt was, I'm happy. How's the boiler keeping? Well, we aren't dying. That's a relief. Don't know how well the furnace will hold. I'll keep her going as long as you aren't distracting me. So many doggos. The hoosh pot. I have no hoosh to feed. Okay. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You are the captain now, and you must carry that authority instantly. It is best we carry out the daily routine as normal. Show that you are capable in the role. We should take the day's requests immediately before seeing to our resources. You saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. A line is already forming at the door. No surprise given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Talk to Junior first. Yeah? The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seem to think so. They think if we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. If you're suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free this ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Aye, maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. If it'll raise spirits, it's worth the attempt. Loyal to Junior. Loyal to Grimly. I have to put 3 to 5 on it. Alright. I lost Richard Templeton's loyalty. Uh-oh. That doesn't seem good. Hi, Hammond. Saving that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this ship? It has certainly seen better days. He's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older Stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we'll die. If we spend too long on this ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die. Get me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Until we can produce alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Captain, I brought the Kennel Master with me. This is something you'll both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak to the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance, then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea of the Temperance being freed from the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We'll be living off it for quite some time. And what of you, Cordell? Do you agree? Indeed. The dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly, and there's no better way to engage it than in hunting. We're quite lucky, despite the circumstances. Now is the peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. Your current rations are not set to last forever either. Send a hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. The same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknowns to be braved or charted, I'm your man. We need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. I'm so bad at these types of games. Before dinner, you should see to sending out your first sledding team. I also believe it's time you gave our good doctor a visit. We still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds need to be attended before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need to remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. You seem familiar. I finally placed you. You have you? Yeah, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Kiliper. You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the Summer Games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Puppies. I like that you can just go in there whenever and pet the dog. Hello, Doctor. You enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seemed to startle the young man inside, the rattle of a dropped forceps ringing through the room. Oh goodness, it's you. Captain now, isn't it? You're the doctor, I take it. I lost his... Why? Oh, right. Yes, I am. Ahem. Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley. That's it. It's good to meet you, Arthur. Thank you. I suppose it's good to properly meet you. I suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying, and the inclination towards seasickness is no help. Jume, the steam burns they've suffered from the furnace are severe. If you let me take a look, I'll do my best to alleviate their pain. Do you have any experience with something like this? Well, what? Why am I losing loyalty? I've read extensively on the matter, but as far as first-hand experience goes, no. This is my first encounter. At this point, all we can do is wait. Do you think he may still be out there? Did you know Hunt well? Not at all. Rather, he knew my... That's not important. Apologies, I'm rambling. I suppose you wanted an update on the crew. Have you had time to look at them? Time enough. Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine, I wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. Thank you, finally. Good, please don't. I haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people. Animals are more quick to judge, and Cordell herself is harsher still. But you can rely on me for any human medical issues. Is everything good? I mean, is someone coming to rescue us? Everything's under control. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Instantly cure all crew in the medbay. Ask the scientists to cook up medical comforts. Instantly gain 1 medical comfort can be used to immediately cure all in the medbay. Oh, okay. Cool. He's Hunt's son or something? Yeah. Right? That would be something. Do you have any status effects? Who has status effects? You're all deployed. Who's hurt? Is anyone hurt? No one's hurt. No, you're hurt. Oh. Command to rest. Okay. He knew my... Yeah. You. Robin Shaw. Surprised to see you in this position. You're not alone. I'm as shocked as you are. I know what you've gotten up to in your time. Best keep your nose clean, Shaw. Good luck, Captain. That wasn't ominous. Officer, Captain Shaw. I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows the ship well, but that seems odd. Do you think the crew could be lying? I wouldn't accuse anyone of that, but it's very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler trouble caused a great deal of distraction. Do we think he started the boiler troubles? Pump flood water out of the ship's cabin, cures crew of freezing. We don't have anyone that's freezing right now. Alright, that's good to know. One crate of tinned food. Let's put it in the hoosh. Feed the hoosh. Love a good hoosh. Still haven't sent a sledding team out from the map. Oh. To the map. Aha. Let's send Quill out. And you out. Ooh, seals. Gnomes. And 2 Johns. Go. Okay, they're gonna hunt for the week. Research the formation of under ice melt ponds. Okay. That's all my dogs. All my dogs for the week. Yeah. No, 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 no. Oops. What did I do? Oh, here we go. I clicked. Apparently you can look back through the weeks. I didn't realize. Alright, now we can eat. The crew have their meal. Ha! Should we give a toast to our new captain? Hear, hear. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. Been big since I was 15. Have you considered doing films? You've the stature for it. Oh, I can't act. Acting isn't part of it. You just stand there, cut a nice silhouette. You'd be a star. That sounds awfully easy, doesn't it? It can be. Looks like we'll be trapped here for a while. Aye, I don't like the ship's chances either. There'll be some time before we see home. I'm gonna die of boredom out here before the cold takes me. You'll manage, I'm sure. Brimley? Did you need me for something? You served with Captain Hunt for quite some time. Tell me about him. None of your business. -5, I just asked you a question. Listen here. Evening, Shaw. Proud of what you've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Wish I had something better to work with. Kill for a good beef steak. Not many cows on the ice. Ha! You never know, Shaw. We might get lucky. That got me loyalty. I don't understand. Awfully loud, aren't they? I don't mind it all that much. Wish I could just stand there and make money. Yeah. They've worked hard all day. They're owed their leisure. Those sailors ought to remember, we all need our sleep. Templeton's room. Hello. Good evening, Captain. It will be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to your crew. For now, I'd like to learn more of you. -5, what the? I would prefer to continue with our work. Fostering personal relationships is not a concern. I'm not going to live through the week. That's basically where we're at. Captain Shaw, I presume you're here to see the dogs? Actually, I was checking on you. You aren't with the rest of the crew. Of course I'm not. Do you often expect others to leave their posts? I understand you did not expect this role, but you are the captain regardless. Surely you understand a sense of duty. You will recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Like it was yesterday. My demand was that I work here, with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I'm holding up my promise with Hunt. I do not intend to join your crew. If I get lost on the ice, you're the next captain, Stanberry. Woof. Cordell smiles, confused. Stanberry. Give Stanberry the captain's hat. I'm now prepared to offer my rating for this game, 15 out of 10. Look at Captain Stanberry. Everyone salute Captain Stanberry, because he's the best boy. Look at his face. He's excited. He wants to wear the hat. -5 low. What the How I lost the captain's hat because Stanberry ate it. Honestly, it's probably for the best. And I lost loyalty with someone for that. Because reasons, I guess. End me. Wee Farmer, how's it going? No, Peaky, good to see you. Combat, good to see you as well. Crew member will be cured of their malnourishment. Crew members will be cured of their freezing. What? Oh, we've hit starvation. Cool. 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 Why can't I? Why can't I cure what? Oh, I don't have enough rations. Oh. One crew member will become malnourished. This isn't going well. We got crab beater seals, and one researches. Heals the wounded. Yorick the Third has become malnourished. The ship holds. Barely. We got seals though. That's meat, right? Alas, poor Yorick. You're malnourished? That's fine, you'll be fine. Ooh! Penguins! Sucker. +1 penguin. Smurf. Whoops, whoops. Whatever. Whatever. They'll get food. Scout. 1 science. Scout. More science. Alright. That's fine. Oh boy. I don't want to hear crew requests yet. This game should be renamed Anxiety on Ice. Yeah. My dogs are growing restless. They've grown used to the stirring of waves against the ship. Now the sudden stillness has them unnerved. We'll be back on the water soon. I do not think that as assured as you seem to. From where I stand, the ice seems unyielding. Oh, I can assign somebody to that. Let's do that. They get to work. Feed the hoosh. Yeah, we have sails now. Ooh, seals will give me burning stuff. So if I do one seal and two food, and then the other seal I can put in the furnace. I can put the seal in the furnace. Hang on. This is important. Come down to the depths, eh? Let's throw a seal in the furnace and some coal. just throw the whole thing in there. It's fine. Burn the seal. All right, let's start our meetings. Sure, this will go well. What's up, Junior? Word back from temps freeing the ship. Is such a report necessary? Well, as you can see, we're not moving. Crew kept at it for a week. Now we're calling it a day. A waste of time and resources, then, as expected. I wouldn't be so sure. End of the day, at least now the crew can say they tried. They gave it their all. 6 decorum. There's something in that. There is, Mr. Templeton. Mr. Gloss! It would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios we have on hand. It is likely many of their first time seeing this technology. And they have an odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. They do not have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turdham was adamant we spend the night monitoring them regardless. He even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. Worth the attempt for decorum. You can go ahead and monitor it. Oh, I need to assign all 3 scientists to it? Yeah, that's fine. They're all loyal to Templeton, so I'm screwed if Templeton turns against me. Yes, Captain. I got loyalty with demoralized. Each crew with demoralization effects will cause you to lose 5 decorum at the end of the week. Yes, otherwise they will ponder the alternative until we're all frozen. Hi. Good day, Captain. Well, as good as it can be under the circumstances. Good day to you as well, Cashin. Well, I'll be sure to spare you any more obligatory small talk from here. In truth, there's something I've been meaning to ask of you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition, I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew have downtime, I would request that I be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I'd like to know more about them, learn about what happened to Hunt. As you please. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew manifest. Send them to the red room in the lower deck when you can. Gnomes? Word around the crew is that we might end up having to move to the ice. If we can't free the Temperance, anyway, it would be wise to gather what we want to take off the ship with us if we do. Indeed, we need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye, most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. The metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth it for what's inside. So do I need to assign workers for that? What's up, Templeton? The question persists as to how long the Temperance can hold. Will we be able to wait out the ice? If there's no change by next week, abandoning the ship may be considered. Ah, feel that air? Nothing better than cold wind to keep you awake. You're an odd duck, Yorick the Third. How many hours of sleep do you get at night? Well, on second thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Miracle. Can I assign someone to the med bay? No, because he's on journey. He's on a journey. Never mind. No one in my old quarters? Pity. We don't have anyone that's freezing currently. We may end up having an issue with that later. Should have enough food and fuel for the night tonight, at least. Anyone free for an interview and a portrait? Is anyone free? Not really. I'm gonna need those. We'll have to hold off on that, because I need people to open these doors. Gnomes? You and Gnomes charge into the room. It's full of specialist tools and equipment. With the water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. Digging tools, engineering tools, Apperton crates. Created and sealed to keep the shipment of peaches fresh. Use. Inspect the digging tools. Quick work against pressure ridges and thick snow when hunting and scouting. Engineering tools. The furnace may be better maintained, improving its efficiency. The ale kegs. Each of them can be used to cure demoralization. We want the Apperton crates. Max food increased to 120. Nice. I can grab one more item. Engineering tools. Max fuel increased. The room flooded, rendering rest of the items useless. Runts da. Come on. Use your one arm. A crate of tinned lemons. I can grab 2 items. Medical tools. More than one patient at a time with those. Digging tools again. More engineering tools. And tinned lemons. They can be used to cure scurvy. Okay, let's get medical tools. That's one more slot for the doctor's office. And I think the scurvy cure is definitely going to be needed at some point. I can open 2 more doors. Come on, cavity. Let's go. The wooden floors and furniture have buckled enough to take apart easily. You also spot crates labeled as spare flags and luxury items. You can only grab 1. Oh, timber? Much of this room has been buckled by the ice, allowing it to be easily stripped for timber, worth a total of 102 fuel. Luxury items. Plus 20 maximum happiness stuff. We're definitely getting the timber. Come on. That can max out our furnace. The food hold. Let's go, 2 Johns. It's full of food and ale. 1 item. Ah, crap. We definitely got to get the tinned rations, right? 80 food. The ale kegs cure demoralization, but let's get the food. Okay, I don't have anybody else, right? No one else? Oh, I can use an engineer. Grips. Let's go. More bad stuff. There's all kinds of bad stuff. A hunting shotgun, a bolt-action rifle, and some flares. 2 things? 2 things. Nice. Okay, what's the bolt-action rifle? Poorly aligned sights, ineffective against smaller targets. Hunting shotgun. Double-barreled buckshot rifle, slow and cumbersome to load. More tinned lemons. The flares, bright light and heat without an explosion for alerting humans and alarming wildlife. Can be carefully disassembled for fuel. Let's get the bolt-action rifle. And I think the flares. I have a feeling we're going to be coming across some aggressive creatures at some point. So, because, you know, obviously. Why does it still want me to go down here? Wait. A question mark. Where's the question mark? There's someone else I need to talk to? Or is it to assign somebody to this? Do I? Sure. Have a chat. Have a chat with Dick. Let me know what you find out. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. The dinner is shared. You know, as far as rations go, this is good. Junior sure knows how to prepare dinner, doesn't he? He's too good for a ship like this. More of the same tonight. we'll have to get used to it. Not much you can do with the ice. We'll figure out something to do, won't we? We have to. Grimly, getting harder to play. Cold makes the fingers stiff. It wouldn't be a complete loss if you stopped. At this point, could he hate me more? Yes. You're alone there. The whole crew would disagree. Would they? Or are they just too intimidated of you to say anything? Before we took off, Grimly and I stopped into a Greasy Spoon in the city. Their sausage and eggs was perfect. Best I ever had. Now I'm trying to remember its name. It's left my head. I didn't take you for the sort to enjoy the city. Just the food, Shaw. The people, well, not all of them are bad. Yeah, Garden Cat, it's on Steam. It came out last week. It kind of feels like a little bit of a mix of like Frostpunk and Banner Saga. Anything? Afraid not. I didn't expect anything to come of it. Well, at least we can say we tried. What? At the bow, you spot Kurt, measuring for any changes in temperature. Still fast. No signs of any change. Doubt we'll be moving anytime soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. You should get some rest. I'll let you know if anything changes. See you get yourself some rest as well. I will. But we have to be alert. In my experience, changes come fast. Take care, Captain. What do you want, Templeton? Captain, a word. I felt now as good a time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do remember what was written in your contract. Why is that relevant now? Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of staff shall throughout the period of such expedition obey all commands of the captain and shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same. And in the event of anything happening to the captain shall obey all commands by any member of staff who shall be appointed the captain in writing before his death. It being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relations towards any member of the staff so appointed as towards the captain, as appointed by the captain in writing before his death." Are you contesting my leadership, Templeton? No. I am alerting you to a potential issue. The vote we settled. The vote we held settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captaincy from Hunt before his departure. In the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captaincy will indeed be called into question. Why are you so invested in the captaincy? I am invested in the survival of this mission and providing appropriate guidance. You may presume an ulterior motive, but you know my reasoning is sound. The loyalty of the crew means everything. Get them on your side, Shaw, and keep them on your side. I see. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Templeton. Remember my words, Shaw. I suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many of the sailors. Oh, the guy I just intentionally pissed off. It'll be fine. It's fine. Totally fine. Good evening, Captain. Will this take long? The dogs are fed and rested, however, I dislike leaving them alone. You've trained them well, there won't be any issue. It would be my hope, but you can never be certain. What has this been like? Let's say you start something at the top of a hill, and at the bottom of the hill is abject disaster. We are currently a snowball rolling with speed towards the bottom of that hill. Zera. Nan. Total raised so far for Nan. Oh, yeah. Zera, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody, from Zera's stream. My name is Doug. We're playing some Pale Beyond. And it's, it's not going well. It's not going well. Let's have our fuel rations. What were you up to today, Zara? Just a normal Friday. Mm-hmm. 2 penguins. Yorick is no longer malnourished. Oh, Mr. Gloss. You finished Final Fantasy X. Nice. Salty, how's it going? Frankie, Mr. Gloss. Saved to the game tree. Can I see the game tree? Save tree system. Locked in the past. Locked saves in the tree can be accessed by deleting or pruning the saves above it. I wonder how complicated this is going to get. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. We need to send Mr. Gloss. Mr. Gloss, I need you to stop being demoralized. The discussions remind you of stuff from FTL or Sunless Sea. If Banner Saga and Frostpunk had a baby, Bishop, that's more like where we're at. Yeah, Zara, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope the rest of your day goes well. Other than going to work, I hope your day goes well. It does, yeah, Sunless Sea is not a bad shout. Sunless Sea is a fun game. Endless Day. There's that. There's a lot of management aspects. Managing food, managing fuel, sending people out on expeditions, trying to find more of said things. Scout. What do we got? Yeah, penguins. Penguinos. We need many penguins. We'll get 3 penguins. Oh, I was super bad at Sunless Sea as well. I streamed that before, right? Oh, I did that on GOG's channel a while back. More research? I don't need research. And I don't have enough dogs to send out. Or anything else. We'll get some penguinos. I need more seals. Innocent baby seals. What's this? The meeting. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside. The beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it has been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is most likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. How long will that take? A few weeks, at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Are you certain it's a lost cause? You never know, but from what I've seen, I wouldn't take the chance. Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. Do you play games other besides Valheim and Planet Zoo? The longer we stay on the ship, the more fuel we're having to burn, not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil, and with enough fuel to survive the winter, we're dead, so I don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? The ship is shelter. The ship is safety. Currently, there's quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We need to gather more food if we're to survive. The ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Oh, by the way, next, a week from Tuesday, Valheim hits consoles on Game Pass. So, Viv, how's it going? Ma'am? Right. And most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I would rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. Crew thinks we gave up too early, they'll resent the captain for it. Though now we have a serious flooding problem. We do? Aye. You might have noticed it if you left your forecastle. It's safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave rather than raid the ship once we make ice. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off the ship this week? Oh, not yet. We'll remain on the ship for now. We'll give it one more week. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Oh boy. +1 for pronouncing forecastle correctly. Thank you. Hi there. Feed the hoosh. Oh wow, we got hoosh. We got hoosh. Oh, not all of that is hoosh. The limber cannot be put in the hoosh. Let's throw some. Oh, we could throw penguins in the furnace too. That's good to know. We need penguins for food though right now. Causes malnutrition. Oh, spoiled rations. No. We'll do that. That should be good. Throw penguins in the furnace. Yiggy Drazel. Yeah. We can throw penguins in the furnace. That's the fun part. We threw a seal in the furnace too. Abandoned ship. Let's throw the spoiled food in the furnace. And a penguin. Maybe not the penguin. We'll throw one piece of lumber in. Okay. Keep it warm. Keep it nice and warm. Throwing penguins in the furnace is your Fallout Boy cover band. Penguins in the furnace would be a better Modest Mouse cover band name. But I'll allow it. Okay. Mr. Gloss. We tried to use the radios. Nothing, I take it. Afraid not. As expected.
I'm a monster!
What did I do? I have to say, though, I expected a worse reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's relief in trying a method and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. They're resourceful, peaceable people, I must say. Well, I suppose that anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. Oh, Grimly, what's up, buddy? Shaw. There's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. What ridiculous tripe. Hey, thought you'd want to put a stop to it. I'd best be on the lookout for Hunt's ghost, then. Oh, come on! What do I gotta do for this guy? Minus 15 loyalty. Watch yourself, Shaw. That went well. What's up, Mr. Zack? I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. You been on your best behavior in games lately? What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know you are carrying a weapon. Excuse me? Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it is up to you on what you want to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It's the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship, and that includes your own. The weapon will be more useful in the hands of Cordell for the hunts. Very well, Captain. Ooh! Good stuff. I understand. Demoralized your face. We would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such a thing. What's up, Tucker? Mast was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best to get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, ship could come loose at any moment. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Demoralized? Lack of loyalty. Okay, listen. Would be worth it, though. Someone could get injured, and I'd rather avoid that. Yes. I got Templeton's loyalty back. Suit yourself, then. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they are called. Only for the bestest boys. I have no idea how to take Templeton's character. Yes, I require some hands to work on constructing them. It's for the health and safety of the pack. I'll put some crew to work on it. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. I suggest we do so sooner rather than later. We'll do it next week. Calm down. What is this? Oh, build Dogloos. Lefty, gnomes, and cat. Sure. Dinner time. And I swear, when the hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 5, 6 years ago? I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. I'm sure he did. He seemed a good captain. Finally. Alright, we got Junior's loyalty. But... Grimly. Did you need something? I wanted to commend you, both for keeping spirits high. Well, business as usual. I can still cook up a meal. Nothing's changed there. Worried about the vote, aren't ye? Oh, is that it, Shaw? I don't care about that. I'm genuinely just checking in. Are you now? Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimly. Nice of you to check in, Shaw. But I think it's time the crew called it a night. Grimly walks off. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? Word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. Gonna take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimly's trust. Cool. Cool. What's up, Grims? Miss the water. Got used to playing on a rocking ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. I miss it myself. Sense of constant movement, nothing else quite like it. Aye, you get it. Don't like stillness. I like feeling like I'm going somewhere. Hey, we finally got a little loyalty from him. Imagine. What do you have in your pocket? What does it matter to you? Hunched over, clutching something, it's suspicious. I'm holding an egg. An egg? Why? Keep my hands warm. Boiled eggs. Keeps heat. That is actually rather ingenious. We know the cold better than you lot, anyway. Still no signs of change, I take it. Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks to be more and more of a necessity as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts has to be keeping their focus if we cannot find a way from this pack. Ah, Captain. Wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. At ease, Kurt. You're doing good work. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. This is certainly not the place for it. Alright. I think we can end the week then. Alright. That's how you end the week. Let's go half rations on the fuel. That'll be fine. We'll lose a little bit. Three Emperor Penguins. Another week on the ice, naked in the wind. Mr. Gloss has raised their spirits. Mr. Zack is demoralized. Cool. Just because you take a man's pistol. Take a man's pistol. Alright, tell you what. I'm losing my voice, and I would rather not lose it completely. So that's unfortunately where we're going to wrap up for today. Games like that just, they tank my voice. So we'll wrap up a little bit early today so that I don't completely lose it. So that is The Pale Beyond. It came out last week. It's available on Steam if you're interested. It's really interesting. Like I said, it's kind of like, a little bit like Sunless Sea. That's a good shout. A little bit of Banner Saga, a little bit of Frostpunk. Really, really interesting. So that was The Pale Beyond. Thank you to the developer for sending me a key to that. That was pretty cool. So Monday, we're going to get back to Satisfactory. We're going to be launching the space elevator first thing Monday morning and getting into phase 3, which means I think we'll be able to start researching and hunting for oil to expand our power grid and all that stuff. So we got a lot coming up. So make sure you hang out. We're going to raid somebody and spread that tug love. It's Friday. So let's go say hi to Redweird and Final Fantasy Friday. Right? That's what we do on Fridays. Let's go say hi to Red. I hope you can come along on the raid and spam some emotes. I'd really appreciate it. So until Monday, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday. I hope you have an even better weekend. I'll see you bright and early at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday for more Satisfactory. So until then, as always, as ever, remember, be good to each other. Bye, everybody.